today's video, we will be exploring two long-abandoned historic landmarks located in the coal mining region of Pennsylvania. Joining me are my new friends Hayden Crown and Tyler Apple. Our first stop was a massive abandoned gunpowder factory located deep in the Pocono Mountains along the beautiful Waterfall Creek. Serving as a vital supplier for the Union Army during the Civil War, operations at this DuPont powder mill ended with a bang that rocked the valley over a century ago. Now it rests as a secret cliff-jumping paradise lost in time. Our adventure continued to the toxic abandoned ghost town of Centralia.
Well, it isn't very comfortable to live here anymore, with the mine fire and the gases that we have to put up with.
In the late 18 and early 1900s, it was known as a mining town as it was seated on top of a vast supply of coal. Mazes of mines were constructed below the homes of the town's residents. For decades, Centralia was thriving off its ample supply of coal up until the Great Depression hit. The coal industry never fully recovered from the Depression, and Centralia was no different. However, the declining coal industry would soon be the least of the town's problems, as in May 1962 a fire broke out in the local landfill. It soon spread into the vast network of underground mining tunnels, and it was never extinguished. The fires beneath Centralia still burn to this day, so naturally, we decided to check it out.
Yo, what's that? Wow.
About to watch the sunrise, and then we'll hit the road.
Centralia gang. Yo, that ride looks like a prison. I'm gonna jump.
Okay, so we found the powder hole of the Waterfall Creek, but the problem is we can't find the parking lot to the trailhead to the powder hole, but here's the Susquehanna. Oh yeah, not sure if I've ever explained this yet, but we're going to the powder hole now, which is this secret cliff jumping spot that I've been eyeing up for years. Never got around to getting to it. I almost went when we went cliff jumping in Ricketts Glen, which Sullivan Falls still remains my highest, but I think this one's going to top it by just 5 feet. The powder hole is an abandoned railroad trestle that hangs right over a waterfall. Really beautiful spot. You can go cliff jumping. Doesn't matter if you're a beginner or more of an expert level, anyone can jump here, because the cliff ranges from 15 to 50 feet. I'm going to jump off the 50-footer at the end, maybe even do a flip. No promises. Okay, this is hard. So every parking spot we wanted to park in had no parking signs. We just parked here on the side of the road, and hopefully we can find this trail to be about a little over a mile to the falls. Oh, railroad.
Like, maybe?
This looks like the trail, except for all the posted signs. This is interesting. Trail narrows here through the beautiful Pocono wilderness. Oh, watch out for the hole. That's an ankle breaker. Gorgeous. Good question. I guess so. I guess, yeah, you just kind of rappel. Bit slippery. You guys think you can make it? Yeah, you got it. Huh, that must be the symbol for the powder hole. There's the fall. So we're going to be coming up on lots of ruins here. This was a old gunpowder factory back in the day, and that's why it's called the powder hole, because they dug out the stream a bit for blasting powder. So I kind of dove into a bit of a rabbit hole of digging into the history of this location afterwards, and it turns out this specific factory owned by DuPont Powder Company experienced a massive explosion back in February of 1888. I pulled the following information from some old newspaper articles I found, but basically the magnitude of this explosion was so big that it was felt throughout surrounding cities up to 20 miles away. Rocks weighing over 100 pounds were blown to the top of the mountains a quarter mile away. It occurred in a packing house where several tons of powder had been stored. 4 people were in the packing house when the explosion occurred, and all 4 of them were quote-unquote blown to atoms. Another 40 people were injured, nearly every building at the Wall-Open powder mill was damaged or completely destroyed, and they lost over 30 buildings. This land is all forested now, but can you imagine 200 years ago this would have been a very industrial-looking site. Anyways, back to the video. Whoa, check this out! Yo! We're on the hill up here, and there's some real solid foundations of a factory. Urban exploring right here. We're at the base of the falls. Oh, this is so cool. Wow. Not sure what this is. Maybe a well.
Look at this hole. This is so cool. Wow. And there's some pipelines here. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is so dope. And there it is. Oh my goodness, what a sight. Beautiful. That honestly doesn't seem like 50 feet. That seems a little lower to me. What do you guys think? It said 50 feet on everywhere I checked, but what do you think? Just scale my way up to the bridge. Alright, here we go. This might not be climbable, actually. I'm not saying it's not, I said it might not. Oh, sweet. Hey, yeah, the trail loops around here if you guys want to come up here. Oh boy. This is crazy. Wow. So, this looks pretty sketch. Hope these trees are solid. We're gonna start off the cliff right there, work our way up to the bridge. I don't have a whole lot of time though, so we'll have to cut pretty quickly to the chase. Don't slip. That's how people die. At least 2 people have died here from what I found. One of them fell off too soon and drowned, maybe hit the rock, I'm not too sure. Wow. Comment down below if you would do this. Holy smokes. Here's the spot to jump. Wow. This is insane. Madness. Only a foot of room to walk across. Foot wide rusty metal beam. Okay, there's a spot down there. Woo! Epic. Alright, this is jumpable. That rock down there is jumpable. Huh, let's start with the smallest one. Then you'd have to do one foot in front of the other. Can we get up there? There you go, you got it. Bro, sketchy as brick. Oh man, that was such a sketchy gainer, because right after this patch of moss here, it starts sloping down, and I need it to be flat in order to do a gainer, so I had to plant my toes here and clear all this like 2.5 foot gap with my head. I was worried I was going to get a concussion and hit the rock face, but thankfully I cleared it. I just had to leap really far out for that one. And keep in mind, I'm doing all this practically blindfolded. I can't see jack squat without my glasses. I just have to feel it, know when the right moment is, and just pretty much hope for the best I land feet first. Alright, time to send it from the top of the bridge. Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy. Oh, I do not trust all this rotten wood. It's already broken on me before. I think I'm gonna set up a camera here. You ready? Woo! You good? Oh my gosh! Look at that white water. All right, this is sketch. 3, 2, 1, send it! Oh man! That is turbulent! Woo! Yeah, it was scary because like when I came back up, I was being swept so fast. The water is so turbulent down there. It's like a whirlpool. That was, I think so. I'm gonna try and do a flip possibly. Not sure though. The landing is very small. It's very calculated. If you mess up by just a little bit and throw yourself the wrong way, you're dead. Hi, doggy. Oh, another doggy. Where's your owners? Are they coming? Oh, hey, you guys are playful. Hi. I like your dogs. Alright, so I'm thinking I'm going to attempt to do the famous leap of faith from the Assassin's Creed games. Basically just dive into a front flip. How hard could it be? From 50 feet. A bit sketchy. I did hit the bottom a little bit on that landing. There is a rock down there. My landing zone is like this. Anything outside of that, you're screwed.
Yeah, now would be a good time to give a proper disclaimer. The water was 10 feet deep and the power of a waterfall pushes you straight to the bottom. In order to get out, I had to crawl out of a current before surfacing and riding the river to shore. I urge you again, if you are not a strong swimmer, do not swim here. You will drown and you won't be the first.
3, 2, 1. Oh. 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! Holy crap, that one hurt. The impact ripped my GoPro strap apart. Thankfully, I still have it. My shoe was coming off. Oh, and the current is just so strong. Oh. Hi, doggies. Oh my gosh. That was nuts. I think I did that really well though. I don't know, tell me what I think. Am I the next Assassin's Creed character? Oh, dude. Oh, that impact was so hard. How'd I do? Hi. She always comes up to me and then walks off when I reach a hand out. Very few people ever braved a jump from the top. And I just did the freaking leap of faith off the top. Unbelievable, what a day. We only have like an hour left to explore Centralia now, because it took us half an hour to find a parking spot, but that was crazy. We did 4 jumps here at the powder hole. I did a front flip off the 20-footer, a gainer off the 30-footer, and then 2 jumps from the top of the bridge. Oh, what a day. And the second one was the leap of faith front flip from Assassin's Creed. Wow. All right, let's go explore Centralia.
It wasn't pulling, but the wall is silent. The land is silent.
Ribbit.
It wasn't. Oh.
Uh-huh. Centralia, here we come. Oh. Sweet. Welcome to Centralia, y'all. Deserted streets. This is some graffiti here. What is all this?
Yo.
Interesting. Yo, what is that? Oh, wow. Let's check this out.
Is this the graffiti highway?
It can't be. They colored it up. This is just a graffiti road. It's kind of dope, though.
Car in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Alright, well, we just made it to the abandoned toxic ghost town of Centralia, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if you can hear me in this respirator. But back in 1962, a fire broke out in one of the coal mines 300 feet under the town. And basically, it's been burning, fueled by the vein of coal under the town ever since. And it's expected to keep burning for another century if nothing's done. Check this out. You can actually see a church down there. Yeah, we probably should. What do you think this is? Not too sure what this is. There's a wall. What's the wall here to protect? I don't know. Alright. Not really sure what this is here. Just parked on the sidewalk. Right up here is what's left of the graffiti highway. This is the most famous formation in all of Centralia. Unfortunately, because the locals are jerks, they covered it in dirt, pretty much. They just buried the entire thing last year. Because they were tired of, I don't know, teenagers coming and messing around. Sad. Yeah, this is really sad. I never got to see the graffiti highway before they covered it up last year. You can still see the remnants of it. Pretty much this entire section of highway was completely bypassed after the town was abandoned. And shortly after, it started becoming covered in graffiti and was just a place for graffiti artists to make their mark, pretty much. There's some profanity, and then there were also some actual works of art, murals and stuff. But now this is all it is. A bunch of piles of dirt all the way down. And that's one of the main things I wanted to address here in Centralia. Obviously, I'm pretty outraged by that decision. I'm outraged that no one stepped in to say, hey, this is a historic landmark, we shouldn't be burying it. And I know I'm not alone. There's a lot of other people who are also very angry about that situation. So I still am hanging on to hope that someday there's going to be a petition or something to uncover all this. Because this is pretty much all that stands of Centralia, is this highway. This is what it's known for. Because the rest of Centralia is pretty much nothing. Most of the houses have been torn down. It's cool knowing that there's a fire burning beneath our feet right now, though. The coal mine fire that's been burning for 60 years. The reason the town was abandoned then, well, there's numbers of reasons. The main reason is because the fire burning in the coal mines have been shooting off carbon monoxide into the town, and it's been deemed unsafe to live here. That hasn't stopped some. There's still like 5 people living in Centralia when normally it used to be a booming town of over 1,000.
Other problems include fires and sinkholes. In 1979, a gas station nearly blew up after the underground containers overheated exceeding 100 degrees. Then in 1981, a 12-year-old boy nearly fell into the fiery depths of a 150-foot deep sinkhole that opened up beneath his feet. Thankfully, he was able to cling to the roots of a nearby tree until his cousin pulled him to safety, but that was the last straw for many residents of Centralia. Many more sinkholes have opened up since then.
After a family from Centralia, my great-grandmother's family lived here in Centralia. And they were one of the stubborn groups that ignored the government's orders to evacuate for a very long time. I'm not sure how long they stayed. Eventually they left. But, yeah, it's very interesting and very sad to see this all covered. Oh, man. I know there's a lot of people who have been to Centralia and don't even know that this has happened. So I urge you guys to push against, getting this uncovered so that future generations can admire this historic landmark. I still cannot believe that they just allowed this to happen. What I would like to see is this to become somewhat similar to what they did at the Pennsylvania abandoned turnpike. Of course, I just visited there last spring. Shot the spray gun through the tunnel. And they make it a national historic park. That way, park rangers can patrol and range it and just have it better off. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the problem was, but I know there were a couple break-ins because teenagers thought the houses were abandoned. When there were still people living here because most of the houses here are abandoned. It's just depressing to see it in this state. Yeah. It was really cool too because there were massive cracks and crevices in the road and smoke would just smolder all of them from the mine, so made for some funny photo ops. Centralia almost has a feeling of a town that's been ravaged by war. It's very deserted. Cars still drive through here all the time. The roads are still active, but there's not really much to see back here. And with the graffiti highway being under all these mounds of dirt now, there's really nothing marking Centralia on the map. It's a forgotten town that's just been completely wiped off the grid. You guys can't smell it through the camera right now, but I am getting a sulfury smelling whiff right now. This is why it's important to have my mask on. You don't really need a respirator like I do. This is mostly just for show because it looks freaking awesome. And I just found this the other day, so God, well, but mostly just for the photo op. But effects of the gas are mostly in prolonged exposure. If you come here for a visit, you'll be okay. But again, if you want to pose with a respirator, that looks pretty cool. There we go. Here's a nice uncovered portion of graffiti highway. This is how the entire highway used to look. It was very colorful. Just a giant, colorful art gallery, pretty much. Well, look at this. The road looks like it actually buckled here a bit, but you can see because it's not covered in dirt here. Huh. Wow. Yeah, the road's just been really buckling. Look at that. Wow, the road's just completely lifted. Oh, that's crazy. From all the gas and pressure underground. Just realized I'm wearing two different pairs of shoes. They're similar, but different. It was one of those mornings, I guess. Philadelphia Fire Department. Nice that they didn't cover that up. Reckon this person graffitied this in response to this. Indeed, it is unfair. Some other visitors here. Say hi to them. Hi. I know, right? It really is. Just wrong. Another section of uplifted pavement. Alright, well, just like that, we have reached the end of the graffiti highway. At least this section is uncovered. Well, I hope you enjoyed this short hour-long tour of Centralia, Pennsylvania's toxic ghost town. I'm gonna head back to the car. We're gonna go eat dinner, watch a movie tonight, head back to college. See ya. Even grunting is hard. Try doing it in a gas mask with a hoodie.
Just biking through a cemetery at night. This isn't creepy. Wow, look at that view.
Alright, scenery. Beautiful view. And we're in the field. Wow.